Hey everyone, I'm Incoherent, and today the deck is spicy. This is Pirate Miracle Rogue. What are you talking about might be your first question. Well, Miracle Rogue these days revolves around repeatedly bouncing things. We don't just have Shadow Step anymore, we also have Breakdance and Bounce Around. So you're looking to win through that effect as opposed through things like Sinstone Graveyard and Traka, especially with the loss of coin generation from Mailbox Dancer rotating. So these days, we're looking at things like, where is he? Astador, Bloodsworn, and Queen Ashara as win rates in a lot of decks, but with blood being everywhere and super greedy control decks trying to counter it, Pirate Admiral Hooktusk is actually a card you can duplicate to steal their entire hand from them. And it turns out, your combo sucks if I steal your hand from you. Your control sucks if I steal your hand from you. This is almost certainly not the best build against aggro, but aside from the odd Outcast Demon Hunter, I haven't seen aggro in like 15 games. So let's go play some ridiculous counter-meta Miracle Rogue, starring Admiral Hooktusk. I can't believe I spent dust on this. Oh, but before I get into the game, so if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I do greatly appreciate it. Anyway, on to the games. Alright, we're up against a Death Knight, as expected. Now we just need to see Renathal and breathe a sigh of relief, because our deck is probably not great against other forms of Death Knight.
None can escape my fury.
Do you hold Gone Fishing? Probably not. Because I need something to activate the combo, meaning it's dead for a couple of turns, so it seems like a card that shouldn't be in your opening hand. We got a Follic Freebooter, a Cutlass Courier, and a Swashbuckler. For the first 3 turns, I just looked like Pirate Rogue before I revealed that, surprise, I'm a control deck the whole time. I wonder if you can tilt this just a little bit and include Tess. Do I have any other range generation than Swashbuckler? Probably not, right? Seems hard to justify running Tess for 2 Swashbucklers. You could definitely build a different variant of this, where instead of all the pirate stuff, you're running Tess. Seems interesting. But I think Hooktusk is way funnier and also potentially much better. What do you do? Alright, so you're 4 mana summon 2 5/5s from my deck. So it's a card, I can play it, that's nice. They put too much work into Hipster's voice lines when he enters the board. Like way too much work. Really enjoy them. Going to Hero Power. And I'm going to go face. I'm not going to attack. Alright, so, briefly AFK, he Ghoul Charged, killed my Swashbuckler by attacking with both, makes sense. I bet Fog Sail Freebooter and 2 Swashbuckler seems good enough. Next time I can play Cutlass Courier and 2 Gone Fishing, we got Baroness Vosh. 4 mana 3/6, I don't think anyone's evolving or devolving in this matchup. Alright, my opponent shot down a Naga School Teacher. That's the best thing they have on curve, unfortunately for us, but also it's not too bad, realistically. We got a Breakdance, a Shadow Step, we still need to find some stuff. Gonna use my face to get through this with all the other minions, which might be my opponent's first clue that I'm not actually a pirate deck. I'm not really aggressive. Gonna play Gone Fishing. Krakatoa seems like the thing, because I'm the control deck. None of this other stuff seems good enough. So I'll take Krakatoa just to have some control tools for a hot second. Now, my opponent can believe one of 2 things. He can believe that I'm terrible at the game, which is what you do when you yourself aren't great at the game, or you're on tilt. Or he can reevaluate the matchup and be like, what does control pirates mean? Because he clearly is control pirates. I guess he could also think that I'm just desperate to protect this 2/5, which like would be nice, but no, I don't really care if it dies. Now I know Gone Fishing's not going to be great because the stuff on the bottom of my deck wasn't fantastic, but Phantom Knife still draws itself. What? How'd that get there? That's just in your deck? What's happening? What the fuck? I'm sorry, I need to stop and reevaluate the game, because right now I'm having a hard time figuring out why he's not terrible. I thought you were Blood, but I haven't seen a single rune card so far. What is he? What does he do? Someone tell me. I'm terrified right now. I don't know what that means. I'm currently at 4 more pirates to go. Jolly Roger is 2 on his own. I would like to bounce Krakatoa given the option. I'm not gonna point out Krakatoa. That seems crazy. That seems like a gross overreaction. And putting Jolly Roger on board gives him a thing to attack and die to, so it seems less likely he goes face here. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. I can't think of a single reason for this to be in any build of Death Knight. Okay, that makes sense. Is it just like in his eyes a 2-mana removal tool that he's running like Obliterate? I'm so confused. I'm having a conversation in Discord while I play this game, so obviously my commentary is not top notch. Nervium's Ear got Vampiric Blood, and then he hero powered to kill Vosh. Makes sense. Krakatoa Coin Breakdance seems pretty solid, honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We get Krakatoa down. This kills the Vizier. I swing and get another thing. And then we coin and breakdance. And we're about to get to the point where I can start playing Admiral Hooktusk if this Jolly Roger gets one more guy. Because we're at 7, aren't we? Yeah, we need one more pirate. Does he count himself? Oh no. Because battle cries trigger before he hits the board, so he hasn't actually summoned. Oh, it says other pirates. There we go, done. Well, that can only hit good things, but don't hit Hooktusk. Oh, I forgot you were in my hand. That was perfect. That was easily the best possible hit. It hit my biggest minion on board, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. Oh, you're a pirate. Wait a second. Hell yeah, we're done here. We're going to ruin this, man. Holy shit. Okay, so I have to play this turn. Queen Nishara is not online. So I'm gonna try to discover a play for 5 mana. I don't think a beast is gonna be anything good, so I'll go for the zombie pirates. Swashbuckler. The rest of this is bad, so I'll take Swashbuckler. We'll see if he can't give us a better play. Enza. That'll really help with my overload cost. 2, 2, 2. That's enough to kill Patch. Trade these in. Go face here. And hero power. And next turn we play Admiral Hooktusk into Shadow Step. Then the turn after that, play Admiral Hooktusk into Shadow Step. Oh, it's time to steal his whole hand. It's gonna be so fun. This is why Hooktusk is here as a win condition. Can't control me if there's nothing in your hands. I'm surprised that I have any amount of board control here. He hasn't really been trying to kill my board too much. Like, what removal has he played? I'm not even convinced it's blood. We've only seen 1 blood rune so far with Patchwork. This could be a rainbow deck. That would explain some of his weird choices like Hipster and Corporal, but I think it's a Cinematic Explosion rainbow deck, right? I think it's gotta be. We'll find out when we steal his cards from him, right? That's the plan? I'm plundering him. Let's go, Admiral Hooktusk. I want 2 cards from your hand, please. Can you tell me what you're doing over there? Obliterates. And Corpse Explosion. All right, it's blood. You can come back now. We'll do more later.
Justice is mine.
And we'll go face with all of this. Because now we have control tools, so we're the control deck. The Scourge, huh? It's a shame I didn't steal the Scourge and prevent this. Oh yeah, Darkon Drathier. Yeah, just deal 6 to me, of course. I do have Corpse Explosion still. But if I play it, I lose my Shadow Step there. Don't really have an alternative to playing it. I mean, it's gotta happen. But I guess I'm just going to die to the Darkon pool, which is unfortunate. I'm also, like, just pigeonholed into doing this. I'm down 4 again. I'm just dead. That's so unfortunate. I should not be dead here. He just random the Scourge to force me into a Corpse Explosion and still take 10 damage. That's a very high roll. A lot of the time, this just dies and does literally nothing. I don't think she has a relic that does any healing, so that's not helpful. All right, this is what we have to do. I figured it out. We need to steal his highest attack minion. I need to hit something with this. It's got to be you. We obliterate that. I'll throw it on Jolly Roger because it's kind of a thing that's not really relevant. Okay, that heals me more than clearing the last 4 damage on board, and it creates a problem for him that he has to deal with. I'm still dead. I'd be a little bit better off if I had played slightly faster, but not by much. Because I would just have a 1-1 on board and like I'm getting Soul Steward. What are we talking about, right? Like Mograine comes down and just lose, but he could just not have the Mograine. Soul Steward is not too surprising. Unfortunately, I'm dead in 5 turns, right? Vampiric Blood's not a big deal, doesn't really matter. We can kill that with Crab Claws and then use those Crab Claws, or not use the Crab Claws, use the combo to play Elven Minstrel for better stuff. Unfortunately, we have lost our Hooktusk. Nothing to be done about that. We have other things we can win with. We have Ashara and Astalor, and we really need to find that Astalor to get our health to a number where we're not just dead. Which, thank God, we found it. I would really like to find second Shadow Step, second Breakdance, or Bounce Around so that I can get more Astalors. I kind of need more than what I have presently. For a second, I thought Lifesteal, I thought Death Strike could go face, and I was terrified. So, Hooktusk didn't do anything this match, right? He stole removal from them. That doesn't matter. And then I wasn't even able to use the removal efficiently because I needed to steal the Dark Han from that board to stay alive. Mograin's still going to kill me. I have to find a way to dupe this Astalor very, very soon. I don't have much time. Okay, cool. I'm dead. That's a bad draw. What will Bounce Around draw on my Elven Minstrel? The other Elven Minstrel and nothing else. So if I play Astalor and then the other Astalor and then Bounce Around, I'm out of mana. I want to use this on the second part of Astalor, I think. No, the first one, because then next time I can do Astalor 5, Astalor 5. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to replay everything so far. I think I have to do the Astalor play, and there's just not great ways to use my mana after that point. Well, that was an animation and a half. Like, I'm just dead. That's the issue. If I just play Astalor 5 and hope, I'm going to get burnt out eventually. I just have to hope he doesn't have Darius in hand right now. And I believe Darius is the only reach in the deck. I could be forgetting something. Oh, Arcanite Ripper. So I'm dead to 3 cards, which is very possible to be in his hand. But I'm also not guaranteed dead. This is my best chance at being alive in a few turns from now. That's a good sign. It could just be extended BM with an Arcanite Ripper, but it might just be me not being dead.
Excuse me, over here.
I'm alive. Neat. I made the right play, it turns out. So I just have to play board control here as best I can. Anything else is just a death sentence for me. And I want the most health on my board after these trades possible. So I guess I'm doing this. Now, after this, I actually have Bounce Around from, what's it called? Shadow of Demise to play these Astalors again, which is pretty funny. Assuming any of them live, which is not a guarantee. His Astalor should not kill me here, but he's going for it. All right, just don't finish me off, please. You probably kill the 5-1, right? There's no way you don't. So I can deal with that and then die. I have Corpse Explosion. I'm not just dead. Corpse Explosion, Queen Ashara seems like the way to go. Gone Fishing is able to find, there's like 6 cards in my deck and all of them are very relevant except for these 2. Like all of this. No, there's just 2. There's 2 and 4 garbage. Okay. You know I stole Corpse Explosion from me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about over there? I am dead to Darius, unfortunately. And there's no getting around it. None of these heal, right? This becomes a copy of it. I don't think that matters. A random Colossal Minion could save my life next turn. I don't think any of the other ones could save my life ever. Anyway, I'm probably dead. I'm living on borrowed time here. I do have second Corpse Explosion, kind of funnily enough. I can definitely discover lethal. I don't know how many Frost spells do it, but a number of them do. Yeah, of course, why not? Sure. So if you play Hooktusk, and he has the Scourge in hand, and it steals irrelevant removal, it tends to be bad for you. Lesson learned. I'll try not to steal cards that aren't named the Scourge on turn 9 again. It's just a shame I didn't realize that was in his deck and play around it. Hearthstone's such a clown fiesta these days. Discover is such nonsense. everyone is playing Death Knight, and Discover is infinitely more nonsense in that class. I'm wondering how long it's going to take for Blizzard to back down and be like, you know, we fucked up. We're going to have to put more Death Knight cards than any other class because it's 3 separate classes, and we have to separate the Discover pools. Because right now, the only reason it's not separate Discover pools is because it would actually be more broken and guarantee better cards for your game plan, unless they print more cards, which would then be a problem. And, like, not really. It wouldn't be a problem. It would just require them to print more cards, which would require them to waste development time, I guess. Anyway, none of this is good enough. Can I hold Foxtail? It's Warrior. Interesting. I'll feel bad when I lose. I think I have to hold Fogsail then. No, because he doesn't get played until turn 3, and then it's off curve on 3. Just hard mulligan for Jolly Roger and Swashbuckler, I think. Or Swashburglar, rather. Anyway, Fogsail Freebooter is back in case you changed your mind about him. I am almost certain that other game might have been winnable with different lines. That turn where the Scourge came down was really hard to pilot correctly because I would be at such low health if I didn't steal the Darkon. But stealing the Darkon doesn't even look good in the first place. So that's the best coin play he has in his deck. Let's figure out what we're doing next turn. If we're forced to let that get hit multiple times, like if he has the location, like even, it triggers when it dies, right? Yeah, it triggers when it dies. Do I have to Fogsail Freebooter that down? That seems so comically bad. What's the alternative? I mean, anything that's not dealing damage to it twice, right? There's no way the play has ever Shadow Step here. I'm not going to hit this because there's a card that punishes me for leaving him with multiple damage minions, right? I don't think it matters. I think if he plays that, it's not a big deal. It's the weapon, that's what it would be. That would be the punish. Which means this is not a solution. Acolyte Pain is not the punish. Acolyte Pain is fine. And there's a chance he just attacks with both. That's also fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the things where that stays on board for some reason. So what can I do this turn? It's a bad board. This might honestly just be Go Face. Like, I'm not even trolling. It might just be Dagger and hit the face in the other order, obviously. Because I have stark nothing over here. And then next turn, I'm going to Astalure and figure out something from there. That should be drawing... with Acolyte Pain, I don't know if it's actually drawing Kodohide Drum Kit or the Enrage Axe. I'm assuming it's the Enrage Axe. That seems like a card worth building around, and the Drum Kit does not seem like it's worth building around. So I play this. Do I bounce it immediately? Probably, right? I need to get a Shara online. Bouncing helps there. Let's get this done and go fishing and see what happens next. Huh. Phantom Eye is not looking the best on this board. So I'll take you out. I could go fishing again. Doesn't seem great. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a bunch of Astalures. I don't know what else to do. Kill this other one. And I'll take you back again. And Hero Power. And I have no reason to play Astalure at this point again. It's a weird play, but I mean, duplicating a shitload of Astalure should win the game eventually. It's just I don't want to be doing it there with all of these cards on the first step. It does make his play, if he was going for the tutor for the Impute Axe, a lot worse. Because now he doesn't have any damaged minions on board, or any easily damaged minions, or any opposing minions to damage his minions on. So the weapon is a lot worse here than it otherwise would be. That's the big reason I like this. It also actually turns my hand into something and does things to my mana, unlike many other plays. Queen Ashara is ready, so that's also excellent. Not happy about Ziliax coming down, because I certainly can't do anything to that. Oh, hey, I can do something to that now. Nice. The Crab Claws are going to be at 4. So the first one can go in, then the second one, and then I one-shot the Acolyte. I can accept that. Oh, wait, that's obviously stupid. I'll just take 5 damage to preserve the weapon, right? That's much better. And since I'm on lead on board right now, I'll play this Astalure just to get it out of the hands. All right, so we have a lot of Astalure 5s coming up. We have Queen Ashara ready. We have Cutlass Courier if we want to draw a card instead of playing all these other things. We can discover a beast with the Amalgam of the Deep and start charging our Hooktusk. Not that he's anywhere near in hand yet. I still don't know how fast my opponent's deck is, because cards like Embers of Strength and Ziliax implies it's actually a control deck. But yeah, he is still running Infused Axe. Or Imbued Axe, rather. That only helps, yeah, damage minions. The Hooktusk is just here to be a draw engine. I can kill that with my face, which is putting me at low amounts of health, but I can live. Queen Ashara can't do her play yet, and I'm still going to pick her, but first let's discover a beast and see if that makes me change my mind about anything. Sindrunner is not actually terrible here. Neither is Plated Beetle. I'm going to pick Plated Beetle because it's easier to fit into a curve down the line. Play Queen Ashara. And we're going to pick the Ancient because we always do. After you cast a spell, this becomes a copy that costs 1. I have no spells, and spells aren't my win condition right now. It's Astalor's eventually. Random spells in my deck seems unhelpful. I'm not burning them out. Horde of Ancients, as always. I don't like being at 14 health, because a lot of warriors these days plan to win by doubling the stats of charge minions, but that's a bad strategy, and I'm low enough in ladder that they'll still run it anyway, so maybe that won't matter. Yep, that's his plan. That is terrifying, considering my current health numbers. So we have 13 on board. Serrated Spike isn't killing unless I go in first, which I don't want to. But it's still going to be right. I'm going to have to trade here. It's too dangerous not to. So we Serrated Spike. I shouldn't be dead this turn. And I have the mana for Horn of Ancients anyway, so what am I talking about? Next turn, buddy. I'll take the armor now. On turn 10, I'm probably dropping 2 5-cost Astalors to get them out of my hand. Next turn, I'm looking to weave Blackwater Behemoth in with 8 mana of other shit. So 8 mana of other shit is looking like Plated Beetle. We need 6 more mana. And then Elemental Amalgam of the Deep to help charge Hooktusk, I guess? Alright, that's fine. I don't mind him at all. He's scary, don't get me wrong. But without more control cards to just kill him easily enough. I can also use the Behemoth for that instead to heal myself out of range of other potential game-ending options from Lorthamar, which might be the better play. You're at 0 mana. What are we thinking about? Is he? Oh, he's thinking about swinging just to buff the garage. That sort of makes sense. I understand why you would do it. Oh, that's funny. What's your normal mana cost? It's 8. So I can't quite play this and then get the rush and then play it again. But this is one of the reasons I like the new Miracle so much, is you do Astalor into Breakdance and you keep the body, but you get another Astalor. It's the win condition, it's so strong. Gonna drop this. Drop this. We need to spend a little bit more mana. Elven Menstrual to pull some minions out of our deck. We got a Swashbuckler and a Fog Sail. And I'll just discover another beast, I guess. None of the options here are great. You could be life-saving, though. And my Behemoth is gonna trade off with Garrosh and heal me up. And I feel completely safe to what my opponent's doing right now. Doubled stats or not, I'm in dominant board control. I have 3 Astalors in hands. I've got Breakdance to preserve the bodies after the battle cries. I just feel like I'm in a really good spot. Yep, that's about right. Sorry, warrior. Just not a good class. Just not a good class. Lorthamar is not a win condition, it's a way to lose. We have yet another Death Knight. Maybe this time we'll see if Hooktusk actually helps against Blood, or if it's all just a pipe dream. It seems like he should. It seems like generally Blood won't play the Scourge right after you play him and win the game on the spot. That felt like an outlier. It feels like he should be very good in this matchup. All right, we've got another hand of basically garbage, because, I mean, what 1-drops do I actually want? Actually, I've got 4 of them. I have 4 1-drops that I actually want now that I look at my deck list. I got Jolly Rogers and Swashbucklers. My 2-drops do sort of suck, though. I don't really have 2-drops in the deck that want to be played on 2, unless I hit my 1-drop and Amalgam with the Deep, but that's unlikely. Oh my god, it's not Blood. Everyone batten down the hatches, things are terrible. I'm pretty sure this is, like, the least good matchup I could have, then. Whether it's Unholy or Frost, this deck feels soft to aggro. It turns out all this pirate shit isn't actually great anti-aggro tools, despite most of it being early game stuff. Is Fan of Knives helpful here? This man is living in the past. Who's playing Eggs anymore? That's so last week. I'm just going to Hero Power and pass. Like a good little boy. And then next turn I can use Fog Sail Freebooter to finish off the 1-2. Well, that's terrifying. That is the fastest curve you can have. Is it worth breakdancing here just for the board control then? Probably, right? I just need this, unfortunately.
I don't have enough mana.
Oh yeah, I knew it died because of the play. I just got the part where it did the killing wrong. I was like, oh no, I don't have mana to play you, and the answer is because I made a rush to solve everything. That's fine, I got the answer in hand. Do I prep Phantom Knives here to get the Elven Minstrel down? Almost certainly. Looking at Cutlass Couriers, and nothing else. That's pretty slow. Do I stab this turn? Because right now he just does the trade and it's good for him. This will at least force a hero power out of him. The 3/3 on board I obviously dislike, but I still have Folkself Rebooter and another swing in hand if I have to. He didn't hero power, so it's not a clean trade for him in any way unless he already has a, what is it, Horn of Winter in hand, which he very well could. That's looking like Horn of Winter in hand. I just dealt 3 damage to you for no reason. I don't even see the point of the attack. You may as well have hit face. Now, unfortunately, these pirates are really slow. These are the big slow ones that are good in control matchups and not here. I can Folkself Rebooter into Amalgam. That's still not doing anything, really. What's the play here? Is it just like Cutlass Courier Amalgam and accept that I'm getting hit for 4 next turn? If I go fishing, what can I find? I can find a Breakdance. I can find... Breakdance isn't actually helpful. I have to play this turn. There's no way I'm not. And then the rest of the play is just Cutlass Courier. We trade here, and we go face to get the draw. Alright, second Folkself Rebooter, even though it does cost me a hero power, will finish off the 4/2 once he swings at my 2/2 with the thing, with the Bone Breaker. And then after that, I'll still have this on board, so he might be going to kill this as well by hero powering and trading, because this does threaten him. But realistically, I'm expecting that 4/2 to go face, to trying to close out the game relatively soon. Hooktusk, you're nowhere near online, right? I need 5 more? Yeah. This is a bad matchup for Hooktusk. He's so late game. But at the point in time where he is able to come down, he's really good. Don't go face, don't go face, don't go face, don't go face. Thank God. Okay. This is still obviously not great for me. But I'm not just dead. If he went face, I would be so confident that I was going to die. I can Serrated Bone Spike to get this guy down and draw more cards. I mean, I definitely have to do this turn, right? That's always happening. And then the rest, use my mana, just goes into an Amalgam of the Deep. You, right? This can lifesteal me. I've played an Amalgam, I've played Pirates and Undead Pirates, I believe. So I'm 3 in already. And I don't have a good play next turn, so 1 Amalgam bans. Now, Mara Manipulator here probably wins him the game. I'm not even going to say probably. If it wins in the game, unless this just scams the shit out of him and rolls exactly Rush, Lifesteal, Divine Shield. Mara Manipulator here will break my back. That's still bad. That's still very bad. I'm probably done. Yeah, Horn of Winter hero power. No, Frost Strike's fine. It's probably unnecessary, but this is oftentimes right. Where you're trying to convert it to burn because you're in that phase of the game. I'm gonna need you to roll Rush, buddy. Well, that's not Rush, but it's all right. The issue here is that he can just Frostwyrm's Fury over it twice in a row to win the game, and having played for Jadara, we've already seen the Horn of Winter and the Frost Strike. He still has a Jadara card in hand. It's very likely he has at least 1 Frostwyrm's Fury. If he has 2, then he has lethal here over it. He doesn't have to worry about anything. But if he doesn't, then we're in business. Should this deck ever consider running the actual one-man band? No, it shouldn't. What am I talking about? A, there's not room for it. B, it's slow, making this matchup even worse. And C, what am I talking about? What matchup does this win? Why would I ever run this? I'm not looking forward to him coming down to the rope and then hitting me in the face with Frostwyrm's Fury. Because I know that's how this goes. In my heart, I know that's what's going to happen. But theoretically, the fact he hasn't already done it should mean he's not going to do it. Nope, there we go. Took him long enough, but he got there. Wow, what a complicated play that was. Jesus Christ, people. I can re-roll him with Shadow Step. And I can Amalgam first to increase my odds of getting something good. All right, let's do it. Glacial Spear, or Glacial Shard rather, actually increased my odds of living quite substantially. We Shadow Step first in case I'm miscounting somehow and he's not 5 mana. He's definitely 5 mana, but I'm very confident that I'm wrong somehow. We freeze the 5/5. We're up to 6. We roll rush this time. Come on. You don't look like a man with lifesteal. Did you miss lifesteal divine shield? He got lifesteal. It's just not visible. You did great. I'm sorry for doubting you. And you can come back to hand. I feel like I need you in the future. All right. So like I was saying, he should obviously be in the deck for real. He's clearly not too slow for this matchup and is a great way to steal this matchup away from the Frost Death Knight, right? Shit, that's... He feels too slow, and I don't know what I could cut for him, but honestly, that was a really good showing. Oh, man. He's almost at the point where he's guaranteed to hit everything. I don't think I have any amalgams or anything left, so he's not actually guaranteed, but he's very likely to have a rush lifesteal right here, which is why I shadow stuffed him. Don't miss him. Come on, buddy. You've been doing so good. Everything but rush. That's okay, though, right? This. That. Oh, no, he has stealth, so his taunt's not real. I'll go fishing. For breakdance, absolutely. Every single time. That's how we stay in the game. So Frost Fury the face absolutely terrifies me. But I do have the answer to heal back and kill the dragon. Nothing else freezes, so he can't threaten with minions, because I will kill them with Lifesteal Wind Fury. Am I just dead to discovered effects? No. Get lucky, come on, just once. Come on. Oh, fucking Christ. If I just hadn't missed Rush on the last turn, it's the only effect that mattered. If I had, that's not true, I could have missed Lifesteal as well. That's so unfortunate. So like I was saying, don't put one-man band in the deck. We're up against Hunter. We've fallen so far into the dumpster playing bad decks lately that I'm up against classes like Hunter and Warrior. Oh, it's so sad. I hold Amalgam because it's the only playable 2-drop on 2. Admittedly, it requires a 1-drop on 1, so it's a little bit optimistic, but I mean, pretty much except for Amalgam on 2, there's only 2 other cards, Jolly Roger and Swashbuckler, that I'm looking to play early. So this is a long game. So far, I haven't had a single game where I thought, thank God I'm running the Pirate package. I've not had a single game where it's like, man, Hooktusk and the Pirates really carried me. So, right now it's looking like you should just be playing normal Miracle without the Pirate package, put the concoctions in, or find a different package. The Pirates feel like a mistake, very explicitly. I don't need to do anything here. I'm probably playing Phantom Knives next turn. There's a lot of cool stuff in this deck that feels like it hasn't had any payoff so far, and I'm worried that that's just the case, right? That there is not a chance of it paying off. I think I Hero Power this next turn. Well, now I'm looking at Hero Powering it next turn for different reasons. Also, I'm telegraphing Phantom Knives as hard as possible by not attacking there. Come on, get the 3-1 rush. Easy game. Say you have Phantom Knives without saying it. Anyway, Phantom Knives, like I was saying. Amalgam's not really important. I could coin out an Amalgam just to have it on board, but it doesn't seem worth, so we'll pass. It always makes me so sad when I like look at these beasts. I'm like, wait a second, you're not Misha. Where's the rest of your attack? Stab, Cutlass. Oh, I can't because I have to play you first. I can play this, then coin out this Serrated, and then play a 2-drop, I guess. All right, I'm down with that. I just need to get these Amalgams moving out of my hand. I need to draw the card there. All right, so to combo this, I have Shadow Step and nothing else. So it's looking like Gangplank Diver is much more likely to be the play next turn. As much as I love Bootstrap Sunkeneer, especially against a deck that might be cheating out big minions, Gangplank Diver just is a generally much better card. I was about to say, wait a second, what? But that's just normal. It's a 48-card deck. You run the same 1-drops as the other decks. That still leaves a trade here. That's fine. I'm surprised at how much is gone. Is this, looking at this, is this actually an aggro deck that just runs Renathal? Because I've seen no evidence that this is a control deck whatsoever other than the Renathal. I can play Hero Power Fog Sail. I can just play this. I'm at 20. I'd like to preserve my life total a good bit. This is a little bit slow, so I'll save it. I'm not Shadow Stepping that. I have Hooktusk. I've got other options. Shadow Step will definitely do more work than that. Need 5 more pirates. Haven't really played many. We've got 2 in hand. We'll still need to draw 3 unless we're bouncing them around somehow. Honestly, bounce around isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's just such a clunky card. It's so hard because you have to be at such a high mana cost to use it. Like, that's the real issue. It's not that it's unusable, but it's like when you're talking about playing a 6 mana Accelerate because it's already been Shadow Stepped and then bouncing around to play it a second time in the same turn. This is such a late game card that it might just be wrong to play pretty much anywhere. Krakatoa kills everything. Seems like the play. Good to see Astalor, by the way. Still not sure what I'm actually up against. There's no reason to Shadow Step this because this is not my win condition in any capacity. This is just a good control tool. I only ever Shadow Step Krakatoa if I'm absolutely desperate for more control tools in the current situation, even though I'd much rather be breakdancing it, which we don't have the mana for, or the card in our hand. All right, so we've finally seen conclusive proof that it's some kind of control deck. All right, so we're going to Astalor this almost certainly. What's the rest of the play? It's Gangplank Diver. And we don't want to Shadow Step that Astalor. We'd much rather hold Shadow Step until we need it, or use it on the better Astalor, the one that actually heals us, that we'll have mana to play soon. I guess there's no reason not to Shadow Step the lower cost one, as long as I'm getting some sort of value out of its hero power, but right now I wouldn't be. So, he never used the previous one, did he? So does the next spell he cast twice? Twice? As 4 times, or does it cast 3 times, or the next 2 spells cast twice? I've got no idea what's happening. I'm very scared. I mean, this obviously hits there, and these obviously go face. I can play Bounce Around and replay them all with 2 mana left. I don't want to die to double casted collateral damage. So I'm going to play this. Shadow Step it and play it again. And then to play around collateral damage, I'm going to bring this one back to hands. All right. So if his whole plan is to kill me with collateral damage, if that's what's about to cast twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, I don't know, then this doesn't die to collateral damage at all. If his plan is anything else, I still feel like I'm in a great spot. Yeah, Crush is big. He's a large minion. All right, that's fine by me. I'm at 9 cards, it's perfectly fine. We bounce around. I should have gone face earlier in the turn, but it's fine. I don't quite have the mana to play another big Astalor. This doesn't have any downside against collateral because it has 5 health. It seems like he's very dead. If he double cast collateral, will it hit all the same minions twice? Oh my god, it's a natural Banjosar with nothing else. It's just Banjosar. I've never seen someone actually get to play one before. Anyway, that deck felt great. That game felt great, rather. You know what didn't do anything? The Pirates. None of the Pirates did a damn thing. So I'm feeling pretty confident that even though Hooktusk is cute, everything we're seeing involving this deck doing well has nothing to do with Hooktusk. It seems like a cool counterattack to Blood Death Knight, but the reality is it's so slow and has so many low impact cards that get easily controlled that you'd better hit like exactly Darius with the Hooktusk, or exactly Patchwork, or exactly their Discovered Scourge. Recasting it over and over again, like you could also just win the game by casting like 7 Astalors, right? They don't have that much health. So I feel like Hooktusk is just a mistake. I'll coin out Cutlass Courier every single time. That seems like a perfectly good use of my time on turn 2, especially against aggro decks and especially against Blood, since it'll have Asphyxiate, so it will have an answer, but not a great answer. So, it is Blood. This is our second test. Can we have any success with Hooktusk? Will it be remotely relevant, or we just die again and it's not remotely close to counterattack? Because I'm feeling like Hooktusk is just a bad idea at this point. I love the guy. This is such an interesting card, but it doesn't feel like it's such a good card. Our random card of the day is Interesting. That could theoretically draw some cards at some point. At worst, it's going to be 1 mana draw 1 eventually. So is there a reason to coin this instead of just hero powering immediately and holding the dagger? I mean, honestly, my hand's so clunky with these guys. I'm okay playing into Asphyxiate a little bit. I'm not really playing into Arcanite Ripper at all because it doesn't kill this in 1 hit anyway. I think I'm just fine doing that because I have the second one in hand, so when it does get removed this turn, I'm fine. And if it doesn't get removed, I can hero power and swing and it's fine, and I have the stuff on board to control them. That seems like it's very explicitly looking for an answer to Cutlass Courier. And I'll kill that with hero power. I could coin out Elven Minstrel with my Shadow of Demise, actually. Doesn't seem worth. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Take the Feast of Souls for 1 card. Hey there, Jolly Roger, how's it going? Amalgam of the Deep doesn't really change any plans going forward. We're just gonna play Jolly Roger Cutlass Courier next turn. This is the first game where Pirates have felt good, where I had a curve that involved Pirates and they did things. Does that really matter to me, though? It seems like it does. 3 health is a little bit hard for me to deal with without Serrated in my hands. Astalor is not relevant yet. There's not really a good play here. I'm looking at Cutlass Courier and to go on fishing, or Cutlass Courier and Jolly Roger. Both are kind of weak. I'm gonna do the Cutlass Courier Jolly Roger play just to get the Pirates out while I can. That just deals 4 damage to me for no reason. I have no reason to take that swing. Not with Astalor in hand. What are we at for Pirates? We played 5, so Hooktusk will be online on 4 a lot of the time. So there's the answer he was looking for a while ago. That dies to Astalor as expected. Do we have any reason to bounce Astalor in this situation? Doesn't seem like it, so what's the rest of the play? Well, that's the issue. There isn't much of one. We're gonna play Astalor anyway. Is that true? What if we just Frog-sailed Freebooter and gone fishing instead? He doesn't need to know that we have Astalor. I mean, it doesn't matter that he knows, but this helps get Hooktusk online. We have preparation for bounce around. That is actually very relevant. We've never gotten to combine these cards before, and it does matter. Hooktusk is down to 2 pirates. We have an Amalgam in hand, so we need to find a 1 more pirate. Oh, hey, he's got an Astalor too. Look at him. Now, if we can just steal that Astalor with Hooktusk, we'll be in a great spot. And we're gonna Astalor into Elven Minstrel to get that Hooktusk enabled. We can Serrated Bone Spike to get a little bit more value on board, so that seems better. Finish him off. Get the Elven Minstrel out for cheap. The other Elven Minstrel and Kravatoa. No pirates, unfortunately. No pirates, unfortunately. So we need 2 more pirates, in fact, because we didn't even get to play the Amalgam. There's no pirate we can top deck that can't enable a turn 8 Hooktusk. We can afford to play all of them. Backstab, what? Oh, Hipster. All right. I was so confused. I forgot Hipster went down earlier, and I was just deeply, deeply confused by that. Okay, Fan of Knives is not ever going to be a solution to this, right? So it's got to be Kravatoa. All right, I'll take the Kravatoa, I guess. No, it's such a bad Kravatoa. 5 health is not a good number. My dagger's made irrelevant. Is there anything else I can do? I'm going to Fan of Knives Elven Minstrel, which puts me at 10 cards, unfortunately, and 1 mana left. So I prep Fan of Knives then, and hope it finds an answer. Swashbuckler is probably not it. Elven Minstrel is not going to hit an answer ever, though. So we Swashbuckler first and see if it helps. Tracking. We're going so deep down the rabbit hole. Because we prepped Fan of Knives, though, this is much better than it used to be. Prep Fan of Knives was just, like, very clearly the answer there. And we do take the damage here to avoid wasting this and put more pressure on him. Unfortunately, Hooktusk is not online on 8, which is what we wanted to see, but it's just not a possibility. Deathstrike is fine. I'm actually happy to see Deathstrike because I don't want to steal Deathstrike from him. Oh no, you son of a bitch! How dare you?
Amazing.
How dare you? I'll just have to use my other win conditions, I guess, unless I can discover another Hooktusk. That's a possibility. Going to track for breakdance. Hey, look at that. Is he summoned or played? Yeah, it's summoned. That's fantastic. There's no difference, actually, in whether I attack first or second. So we put him back in hands. The breakdancer kills the rats. We Elven Minstrel to dilute the pool for Patchworks and Dirty Rats. Seems excellent. Did I summon him? Does it count? Yes. Okay. And we force him to make a removal play here by spamming the board. I guess there's an argument to keep Folkstale on hand because it dilutes the pool for Dirty Rat and Patchwork. But Dirty Rat and Patchwork on this board aren't the scariest things. Dirty Rat into Corpse Explosion would be very bad. I don't know. I'm very unsure if I should have played the 2/2 to force him to deal with the board or kept the 2/2 to make his rats worse. I've got so many different win conditions in hand that it sort of feels like it doesn't matter if any one of them gets removed, you know? Hooktusk can rob him. It's going to be great. It's going to be the reason we win. Getting my 8/6 rush does bother me a little bit. I'm not happy about it. But I get to steal his cards. And I'm going to steal his cards. I don't need that 8/3. That 8/3 is worthless. Take 2 cards from your opponent's hands. Let's see what they got. Construct Quarter and Nerubian Vizier. And I'll take the rush, please. Kill that. Kill that. Go face. All right. I'm going to be upfront with you. I have no recollection of making this choice. Killing the 1/3 for a value trade instead of killing the 8/3 is inexcusable. I don't remember ever making that decision when I was playing the game, so somehow my mind just completely blacked out the possibility of killing that 8/3, which is obviously what I should have done. But I somehow, I swear to God, wasn't aware that was a trade on board, which is an interesting thing that happened in my mind. Anyway, I'm sure it won't be a problem later. It's possible for him to control this and make my board real awkward for me. I'm assuming it's just going to be like a Soul Stealer, though. We're a Soul Stealer. Why didn't you do that first? If it's Darius Mograine, I'm super upset that I just missed the Darius. Oh, yeah, there's an Astor in his hand. I really should have cared about that. Really should have cared about the Astor in hand. I just forgot he had that. Kind of a big deal. So, do I have a way out of this? I have a 50-50 here, but then I'll be at 1 health, so I have to gain armor, which is a problem, because I need to gain more armor than I have. I can play Astalor, bounce around Astalor. That's still dead. Nope, I'm just dead. I just forgot Astalor was in his hand and didn't play around it. So I had to Hooktusk and steal his 8/3 last turn, I think. I think that was the only way out. We're not just dead. There's a way out. It's an unlikely way out, but it's there. Going to go fishing. If I'm alive next turn, I'll appreciate a serrated bone spike. Going to go fishing. Shadow Step, huh? It's too late for that, unfortunately. Going to take the horn and see if I can't hit specifically lifesteal. That is not it, and I'm out of mana because I didn't count right. Unfortunate. Man, it does not feel like Hooktusk makes you counter blood at all, does it? Every time I've played against blood, I have played Hooktusk and I have lost. Which means there's just not a reason to play this over a typical Miracle list, unfortunately. So I'm trying to talk about whether or not Pirate Miracle is the way to play Miracle Rogue, and it seems bad to me. But it's also worth noting that both times I played Hooktusk, I've stolen cards in my hand and then died to cards in hand, right? Both times, it was like every time you play Hooktusk, it doesn't take any threats from your opponent's hand, and then you die to them. Hooktusk was the best card in that circumstance, right? When basically every other card had just died. So Hooktusk had an out there. I feel like this is bad variance, but at the same time, when you play a deck and it goes 2 and 3, and 3 of its losses are to the thing you're designing the deck to do better against, it certainly doesn't feel like it's doing its job. I don't know how I feel about Pirate Admiral Hooktusk. Lately, when I play Hearthstone, I feel like it doesn't matter what I do when the games just happen. I've been on tilt for like half a week at this point. And that's sort of how I feel about this. I feel like that Hooktusk has consistently done fucking nothing, but it could have stolen the Scourge and won the game on the spot. It could have stolen Astalor and won the game on the spot. There are things it could have done that no other card could have done. And what else would I have been doing? And I guess the answer is it's been convincing me not to play for Queen Ashara over and over again. It's convinced me not to play for Astalor over and over again. It's competing for resources and taking up so many deck slots. And at the end, even though I do think it's been bad variance and the deck is better than it's showing, especially against Blood, where it's literally showing, you can see the variance, right? You can see me take a 40% chance to win the game and lose twice in a row in this games. But I think it's just worse than the traditional Miracle stuff. I think there's normal, better Miracle decks that don't run Hooktusk. Even though this deck is really, really cool, I think the thing you're teching it to do makes it worse at its bad matchups by a substantial margin, and I think it's not making it much better at the matchup you're doing it for, so what's the point? Which is sad. I really like Hooktusk. I really wanted this deck to work, but if I'm not even winning against Blood Death Knights with the inclusion of it, and I'm not seeing any Druids or any Priests, then why am I playing it, right? When you're playing Hooktusk and Priest and Druid is on the ladder and you can counter multiple combo decks, hell yeah, go for it. But in this case, when it's only Blood Death Knights and it's not enough to win that matchup, nah. I won't be deleting this deck because it is cool when there's a pocket meta where it's justified. But it's not this meta, not the one I meant, not in the dumpster. I just need to sit down and grind games on Frost until I get back to sensible people, is how it feels right now. Because at this point, I'm seeing nothing but Blood Death Knights and Jank decks. I don't think I saw a single deck that wasn't Blood or Jank today. We saw Hunter, Warrior, 3 Blood Death Knights, and we lost all 3 of them. No, one of those was a Frost Death Knight, and we got robbed at the end, I remember. Man, so we had 3 losses to Death Knight where Hooktusk betrayed us in 2 of them, and in the 3rd one, we lost to RNG on a Mirror Manipulator after failing to hit Rush Lifesteal with 7 rolls. Maybe the deck's actually sick. Maybe this is bad variance. I'm gonna play more of this tomorrow. I'm not convinced by this at all that it's not a good deck. It feels bad. It feels terrible. But my losses were actually pretty much all incredibly close games that I could have won with slightly better RNG. And I beat every single thing I saw that wasn't a Death Knight. That's got to count for something. No, I'm going to keep playing this. I'm going to play it again tomorrow because it's a cool deck, and I want to see how it does. So for now, I'm done, and hopefully tomorrow we're going to see this deck again doing better. If you don't see this deck again, assume it played terribly and I couldn't stand to keep recording for it, but I'm pretty sure this is actually good. And the 2-5 win rate, or sorry, the 2-3 win rate over 5 games is not representative of how good the deck actually is. It could still just be worse than normal Miracle, but it's a really cool deck and I want to give it another shot. Still not convinced by Bounce Around at all, like even a little bit. I did end up playing another hour of Miracle Rogue, Pirate Miracle specifically. I've also played Burn Miracle. I'm about to play Standard Miracle, but I don't want to edit that into a video and release the same deck back to back, so I'm just going to scrap this footage and summarize it. I got the win rate to a positive number. We did much better in this video because my variance was trash in this video. We could easily be at 5-0 with better luck. We just, you know, I'm me, so we didn't. I do think the deck has merit. It's absolutely sensible, but this feels like something you would see in a tournament. I don't know how you have enough faith in the meta you're in to justify playing this over Standard Miracle, because even against combo decks, your win rate isn't that much higher because you're less consistently doing the normal stuff that wins the game. This feels like a very specific thing to do when you're trying to beat specifically Druid. When you're worried a lot about combo decks like Tony Druid, Hooktusk is really good. On the whole, Pirate Miracle is a really interesting twist on Miracle, but I just don't really see the reason to play it over other variants of Miracle. And the biggest reason for that, I didn't really get into this video, but in the second video I really started to pick up on it, is Elven Minstrel is a card that should be one of the best cards in the deck, and in Pirate Miracle, you play Elven Minstrel and it draws like Swashbuckler, Cutlass Courier, right? In normal Miracle, you play this, it draws Krakatoa, Astalor pretty consistently. You don't have very many minions in that deck, and that's one of the biggest things where playing all these pirates, like, yeah, it seems sick, you're getting a Hooktusk. You're giving up like 9 cards to get that Hooktusk. That is a huge buy-in. And if there were ever like some super efficient pirate generation methods available to Rogue, then maybe Admiral Hooktusk could be part of a deck. But with as much investment as this one takes, I don't think you can currently make Pirate Miracle get off the ground. Anyway, that's it for now. I'd rather Incoherent. Hope you enjoyed seeing Pirate Miracle get robbed, get absolutely robbed. It didn't deserve what happened to it in that first hour. And even though I would enjoy posting a video where Pirate Rogue does better, I don't want to post the same deck twice back to back. And I've already edited a full video before I realized I had a second video of Pirate Miracle Rogue. I was like, oh no, I should have edited this right after I recorded it. I forgot about this. So, yeah, if people want to see more Pirate Miracle Rogue, yell at me in the comments and I'll absolutely play more Pirate Miracle Rogue in the future. And hopefully we don't get scammed quite as hard. Because, I mean, what are the odds that in 5 games you play Hooktusk twice? Oh wait, no, that didn't happen in this video. 1 second. It seems absolutely fucking inconceivable that in under 10 games of Pirate Miracle Rogue, twice I can encounter Blood Death Knights who discover the Scourge, Hooktusk them, miss it, and then lose the game off the back of a really good Scourge pull. But man, did that sure ever happen to me. Maybe that's why I don't want to add to the second video. Maybe I just don't have the stomach in me to sit down and watch it happen to me again. I don't know. But anyways, that's it for now. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. I'll see you in the next one.